Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's always so sad when a good story comes to an end right here, and regrettably, the Siti Mastura story has come to an end. Siti Mastura lost her lawsuit to Siang, Lim Guan Eng, and Teresa Kok, and she is paying 750,000 ringgit in damages. Also, yeah, apparently it's not just going to be 750k right there, because you have damages, but you also have costs right there. 25,000 ringgit in cost for every single one of the three right there. It's going to be a grand total of 825k, not a small sum of money. And there's going to be 5% interest. Tan Sri Lim, I look forward to meeting you again for lunch one day. Just kidding, just kidding. No, but seriously, it is the end of a nearly year-long case by this point. Probably the case that Malaysians are most happy about at the moment right here, because it features a nice, delicious dose of justice. To those of you international viewers out there who don't know Siti Mastura is one of our finest. The MP of Kepala, Batas, a quaint city in Penang. She is a PhD holder, and thus we should be calling her Dr. Siti Mastura. Best thesis, most educated politician. Although, as I mentioned in my last video, the jury is out on whether her PhD actually means Doctor of Philosophy or if it means permanent head damage. So the story is that Siti Mastura basically gave a ceramah during which she said that Siang, Lim Guan Eng, and Chin Peng are
Sepupu
Sepupu, and she tried to link them to Lee Kuan Yew as well, misnamed as Lim Guan Yu for some reason or another, and even said that Teresa Kok apparently was related somehow to Lim Guan Eng's wife Betty Chu. Basically, she was trying to link the DAP and Chinese people to communism by saying that basically all of them are related right here in this weird theory that somehow makes sense inside her head, and also the heads of the supporters of her party right there, who think somehow that all Chinese people are communists. But as it turns out, the judge wasn't having it and said, the defendant has made inflammatory remarks linking the plaintiffs to a prohibited political party and one of its infamous leaders, Chin Peng. The insinuation that the plaintiffs are affiliated with and support communism in our country is considered taboo. A reasonable person will understand the sinister insinuation, and it carries considerable stigma. Siti used the late Lee Kuan Yew's name to make her allegations seem more credible, but the claims were baseless. He found that these claims, along with the Chin Peng link, unfairly suggested the DAP leaders were tied to harmful ideologies. The statements were reckless, they went beyond political criticism and crossed into defamation. In case you're thinking she's crazy, stupid, her PhD is permanent head damage, just know that people were thinking that she was a genius right there, because apparently she claimed that the whole reason that she made those statements right there was because she received a BN propaganda book. If you don't know, BN is basically Barisan Nasional, one of the component parties in Malaysia's current unity government right there. So people were saying that, oh my gosh, she's a genius. She said this because she wanted to create discord between DAP and BN. Unfortunately for her and fortunately for Malaysia though, the judge, Justice Quay, did not agree. Quay said the reliance on an alleged Barisan Nasional book was also unacceptable because it was a phantom publication, it lacks veracity, cannot be considered credible, its origin remains a mystery, a top official from UMNO was unaware of the campaign book and its publication remains unverified. It had no year of publication, author, publisher, or ISBN, ISSN number, and cannot be considered reliable. Oh, and here's the best part. Despite holding a PhD and having cognizance of good practices outlined in research methodology, the defendant chose to disseminate unfounded information based solely on the BN campaign book. If you believe something like that, either you are dumb for actually believing something so far-fetched, or you are dishonest because you refused to actually check the evidence, or you checked the evidence, you knew that it was false, and then you decided to share it anyway. So yeah, which is worse? Is it worse to be dumb, or is it worse to be a liar? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, congratulations, Yang Berhormat. This is an incredible achievement. One of the most expensive uses of the word sepupu in the entirety of human history. We don't know if she's actually going to pay out the money right here. She still has the appeal court and the federal court to go and cry to right there. But yeah, maybe she's going to go out there and bring out the Milo tin to collect money from all her supporters while crying to the upper past leadership. But whatever it is right here, we're all going to be watching this with great interest. If you're an auditor, consider conducting an audit on Dr. Siti Mastura right there to make sure that, well, no hanky-panky and profit-making enterprises right there come about as a result of this beautiful, beautiful lawsuit. Also, by the way, no flood mitigation funds right there, doctor. Those are for buying the mercy. I mean, protecting the people of Malaysia. Maybe this is common sense, but this is something that Malaysian people have known for a very long time right here, that you can't just go ahead and lie and make up stories. There's no room for conspiracy theories or false statements right here, and it doesn't matter whether you're saying those things in a private setting or in a public setting. And I highly doubt you understand or even care what communist is right there. Apart from that, it's a nice code word for Chinese people. I think that this case right here, although it's an open and shut case, it really is a victory for Malaysia and Malaysia's judicial system right there, because it showcases to the entire world right there that you cannot just say anything that you want without any consequences. And maybe you should have doubled down even though you were given a chance to retract your statement and you were extended mercy, but somehow or another you decided that no, let's go right ahead with our doomed plan. Congratulations, YB. Let's do better for the people of Malaysia right there. And let's start by not lying to your voters right here. Because seriously, if that's all you can do right here, then that showcases that the people of Kepala Batas could very well just replace you with a Barbie doll right there, and it would still run your constituency better than you ever could. Ciao, bye.